Assalamu alaikum. Have you ever begged Allah to erase feelings for someone, but despite all your prayers, they stay there, haunting you day and night? Why doesn't Allah take them away? Is this a punishment, a test, or maybe a hidden blessing? What you hear today could change your perspective on those emotions you thought were a burden. And believe me, the answer is much deeper than you imagine. Hold on tight, because what you're about to discover could give a whole new meaning to what you once smelled as pain. Part 1. The Trial of Feelings, a Hidden Mercy. You close your eyes and breathe for a moment. Once again, this person invades your thoughts. You believe that time would soften these emotions, that a prayer would be enough to erase them. But no, they're still there. You asked Allah to remove them with insistence, with hope, with pain. But every morning, they come back like a seed that refuses to recede, like an imprint engraved deep within your being. So why? Why does Allah leave these feelings in you, even when you feel them as a burden? The answer is not always what we expect. We often believe that suffering comes from a lack, from a void to be filled. But sometimes it's precisely what we feel that shapes us. These emotions that upset you, what if they were a tool in the hands of Allah to transform you? Every beat of your heart, every silent hope, every thrill of expectation has a reason for being. But what? This is where doubt arises. It is believed that if Allah loved us, He would immediately free us from this pain. But divine wisdom is not suitable for human logic. You may feel this as a curse. But what if it's a hidden mercy? Because if Allah left you these emotions, it is because they have a role to play in your journey. A test, a purification, or perhaps a reminder. A test to see if you will let your heart blind you, or if you will elevate it. A purification that detaches you from the illusion of the world to bring you towards something greater. A reminder that your happiness does not depend on one person, but on Allah alone. How many times have we desired something that ultimately destroyed us? How many times have we cried over something that over time proved to be a door to a blessing we could never have imagined? Perhaps you hate a thing which is good for you, and perhaps you love a thing which is evil for you, and Allah knows, but you do not know. Surah Al-Baqarah 2:2-1-6. These words ring like raw truth. Maybe this person isn't right for you. Maybe this attachment is preventing you from seeing something even bigger. Or maybe Allah wants you to understand that what matters is not how you feel, but what you do with it. So, what are you going to do with this ordeal? Part 2. Human attachment, a divine reason. Close your eyes for a moment. Feel this emotion running through you. It's not just an attachment. It's not just a memory, a voice, a look that refuses to fade. It is a presence within you that it persists, a feeling that clings to your soul. But if this love, this attachment, this echo in your heart does not disappear, perhaps it is because it has a reason for being. Have you ever thought about this? If every love we felt faded at the slightest difficulty, then what would be the value of patience? What meaning would endurance have? Where would the depth of the soul be if we never went through emotional trials? Love is not just a gift. It is also a test that reveals your heart. If Allah placed this person in your heart, it is not by chance. Maybe she came as a mirror for you to discover yourself. Maybe she came to break you so that you could be built back stronger. Perhaps it is to keep you away from something worse, from a trap you could not see, but that Allah already knows. What if this love was a lesson in disguise? If this person taught you to love sincerely, to give yourself without expecting anything in return, then they have already fulfilled their role. If it taught you to differentiate between what is ephemeral and what is eternal, then it is a hidden good. If His absence made you cry, but in those tears you turned to Allah in a way you never had before, then it was not a loss, it was guidance. Because sometimes it's not the person that matters, but the effect they had on your soul. Love can take you away from Allah, but it can also be the reason that brings you back. Perhaps without this attachment, you would have forgotten to raise your hands in prayer. Perhaps without this pain, you would never have sought refuge in Allah. Perhaps this absence has replaced your complaints with sincere invocations, your despair with renewed faith. What if this love was precisely what you needed to understand? That no one will ever fill your heart like Allah? Part 3. The love that chains us. The love that frees us. Love is a powerful force. It can be a light that illuminates your path, or a chain that holds you prisoner. It all depends on what it does with you. Ask yourself this question sincerely. Does this love uplift you or weigh you down? If this attachment nourishes your soul, if it leads you toward righteousness, toward more patience, more faith, then it is perhaps a mercy. But if on the contrary it consumes your thoughts, takes you away from prayer, makes you neglect your obligations, then it is not love. It is a test, and a dangerous one. Love is not always a gift. Sometimes it is a challenge, hidden under an illusion of happiness, an illusion that makes you believe that without this person, you are incomplete, an illusion that makes you forget that your only refuge is with Allah. You will be with the one you love. These words are full of meaning. If this person occupies your heart to the point of making you forget Allah, then this is a warning. Look at the impact of this love on your life. Does it push you to be a better version of yourself? Or does it absorb you into an emotional dependence where your peace depends solely on a human being? Healthy love brings you closer to Allah. It encourages you to be a good person, to walk uprightly, to have a pure heart. Toxic love, on the other hand, takes you away from serenity. It creates constant agitation within you. It fills your thoughts with worries, doubts, regrets. It makes that person your center instead of Allah. And Allah, in His wisdom, does not always take away these feelings, but He gives you the strength to channel them, the strength to purify your heart, the strength to transform this ordeal into elevation. The love that chains you is the one that makes you forget Allah. The love that frees you is the one that brings you closer. So ask yourself, where does your love take you? Part 4. How to manage these feelings. If today your heart is attached to someone, and this attachment is pulling you down, if you feel this silent pain, this emptiness, this feeling of not being able to move forward, then know that you are not alone. Many go through this ordeal, but few know how to transform it into strength. Because yes, these feelings can be a weakness if you let them overwhelm you, but in the hands of Allah, they can become a lever for your elevation. So how do you move forward wisely? How do you regain control of your heart without breaking yourself further? 1. Accept the test. Don't fight your emotions like they're an enemy. They're not here to destroy you, but to teach you. What you feel is not a flaw. It is not a weakness. This is a step in your journey. Acceptance doesn't mean resignation. To accept is to understand that if Allah left these feelings in you, it's because they have a purpose. This is the beginning of healing. 2. Pray sincerely. When you raise your hands, don't just say, Ya Allah, take away these feelings. Say instead, Ya Allah, guide my heart toward what is best for me. Make me love what brings me closer to you, and detach me from what takes me away from you. Because it's not love that makes you suffer. It is attachment to the wrong things, and only Allah's guidance can help you replace your heart in the right place. 3. Be reconciled with Allah. When your heart is occupied by someone, it leaves less room for its creator. And this is where the suffering begins. Human love is fragile. It fluctuates. It disappears. But the love of Allah is constant, eternal. So where do you place your heart? If you put it in the hands of a human being, it will end up broken. If you place it in the hands of Allah, He will preserve it. 4. Keep balance. Love should not become an obsession. Don't let one person control your happiness or unhappiness. Remember, this world is a trial, and everything in it is fleeting. You were not born to chase after an unstable love. You were born to seek a love that soothes, that guides, that elevates. And this love begins with Allah. If you put your trust in Him, then know that He will open a door you never imagined. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but at the perfect time, when your heart is ready to welcome what is truly meant for you. So, are you ready to trust Allah? The feelings you feel are not there by chance. They can be a test, a lesson, or even a path to a deeper relationship with Allah. Maybe one day, you'll look back and understand why Allah didn't take them away, and maybe in that moment, you'll thank Him for letting your heart hold on, and to better guide you. And you, have you ever felt a love, an attachment, or a pain that you didn't understand at the time, but which, with hindsight, brought you closer to Allah? Share your experience in the comments, because your story could be the answer to someone else's prayer. And above all, if this message spoke to your heart, don't forget to subscribe and activate the bell. Someone needs to hear this message today. Maybe it's you, or maybe it's someone you know. So share this video and let Allah do the rest.